Well, it has been a minute. What's up, guys? Welcome back to SoBackSports, and I'm so back with another video. I know I've been a little bit on a hiatus, but I've been pretty busy with work and whatnot. And it's the off season, so I definitely deserve a break, right? I guess, but you know, again, for those of you who are still watching right now, really appreciated. We're already almost at 630 subscribers, so I'm really looking forward to hitting 640 or whatever comes with the next 650. What am I talking about? But anyways, enough of the yap. Before we get into this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really means a lot. Really helps me create content like this for you guys. I'm trying to switch it up a little bit with the channel. Trying to maybe experiment with some basketball videos. I know I did some in the past, but right now this is mainly a Chicago Bears channel and maybe even an NFL channel at the end of the day. But then again, things can change. Who knows? Let me know down in the comments below if you'd like to hear some NBA content as well, given that the draft is coming up soon. Anyways, let's talk about the Chicago Bears because we have been getting a lot of news. Given that mandatory minicamp has been happening, I've been kind of trying to keep track of like everything that's been going on. This year I'm trying to like not necessarily get too involved and kind of like too increasing my hopes up seeing these plays because at the end of the day, it is minicamp. Let's be really honest with ourselves, but it is still something to keep us occupied for the time being with no football. So gotta love it where he can see it. And there's a lot of buzz coming out of Al Hallis Hall today. I mean, especially with the end of this week and OTA starting next week. But there's some definitely some key components that I'd like to mention. One being, let's start with Caleb Williams because I feel like that's like the focal point for the Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams has been showing that progression that we've been really wanting him to see. He's been, his footwork looking a lot better. Based on what I'm reading, his cadence is really getting the defense to jump off sides a lot. If I can, let me just show you real quick because that's what Courtney Cronin's been saying. They did mention that the defense has been getting the better of the offense as of recently, as what Ben Johnson has been saying. But there has been a shift in this week, as it says right here, because like defensive tackle Andrew Billings has been saying, Williams' cadence has been caused a couple of defenders to jump off sides, and then Caleb looked sharp in the end of their game and end of half situation. So coming to like 2 minute drill, 11 on 11s and whatnot, when it comes to crunch time situations, Caleb Williams is showing that progression. What we saw a little bit of last year in the end of games, whether it was the uh, Green Bay Packers game at home and the Vikings game at home as well. Like you see that Caleb Williams has that ability to, when it comes to crunch time, able to get everything sorted and lead a game winning drive. Obviously, last year it didn't really come to that fruition, but hopefully this year with a better cadence, be able to jump up, get offensive defensive tackles to jump off sides. Excuse me, it will be very crucial to the success of this offense. And listen, Ben Johnson it takes a while. At the end of the day, that's the second point. It takes a while for Ben Johnson to install his offense. And that's what OTAs are for. And that's what minicamp is for. That's what even training camp is for. Is to eventually clearing up all the stuff before week one. I was listening to what Ben Johnson had to say in the recent press conference, and he mentioned how that's why we have minicamp to iron out all the issues that's been happening. And while media can overreact, that's very prominent. That's very normal because it's very normal to overreact because you're only seeing the plays that are against your own defense. And I wouldn't necessarily say we should like take that. We have to take that with a grain of salt at the end of the day. And Ben Johnson is going to have a little bit of a tough time initially, but now he's starting to get into a rhythm, and that's what we love to see. Getting the offensive linemen, the offensive weapons more acclimated to what is to be installed his offense. Like the sky's the limit only, because once they get more in rhythm and more acclimated, it will look really good at the end of the day. In terms of the running back position, I wanted to kind of mention Kyle Monangai. He's been looking really sharp. Will the idea of him being RB2 potentially is up for grabs against Roshan Johnson? Do I think that it's going to happen? Probably not, because at the end of the day, it's Roshan Johnson's job to lose. And he, I mean, Kyle Monangai at the end of the day is a 7th round pick. He can potentially be really good, but I would be interested to see how that plays out, especially when it comes to OTAs and training camp in July and into August. It's going to be interesting because Kyle Monangai with Eric Bieniemy as your running backs coach, he's going to be really good. I've seen clips here and there of him training these running backs hard, because I think the one thing last year that we did not get enough of is that aggressive running back. And I think that's what's going to be the end all be all for the Chicago Bears, is having a solid run game going into the next season. Yes, we have the right receiver weapons. Yes, we have Caleb Williams himself can be a weapon as well. But having a good run game, Ben Johnson knows very well, is very important, especially when he came to his success in Detroit. Ben Johnson understands that the Chicago Bears definitely need a good run game. And given that they've only invested in a 7th round running back this offseason, shows that he has some trust in Roshan Johnson. He has some trust in DeAndre Swift to be the RB1 until proven otherwise. And, maybe Kyle Monangai redshirts his first season, and we'll see what happens after that. The running back is going to be very crucial. Another thing too, I don't know if you all heard. I mean, I'm pretty sure you all heard, especially if you're watching the NFL. The Steelers just got run. Even saying that hurts me. So I just wish this dude retired. I genuinely did. I thought he would give up at some point. I thought, but the Steelers got Aaron Rodgers at the end of the day, and guess what that means? He's coming to Soldier Field on week 12. Oh man, listen. I'm all for the idea of us beating Aaron Rodgers in Soldier Field, like any Bears fan would. But I did not need that extra stress this season for another game. Like, I get it. That's a whole part of sports. It's the rivalry, it's the narratives, Bears are owned by Aaron Rodgers and whatnot. But it would be great if somehow, some way we can beat him at home and kind of put the kibosh on this whole chapter of him owning us. I mean, at the end of the day, he is 24-5 against us. So even if this win means a lot more, because he's at the end of his career, and the Steelers are getting a solid quarterback. Like, say what you want about Aaron Rodgers, he's like past his prime for sure, but he is still better than the options that they have right now. But if the Bears can go out, Caleb Williams can go out and beat his idol pretty much, that would be a story and a half, because Aaron Rodgers was his favorite quarterback growing up, and to beat him for the Chicago Bears would be, that'd be beautiful, because he's already beaten Jordan Love once. So, I know it's week 17. Grow up. It's fine. It's whatever. Or week 18. Excuse me. It's fine. I'm taking that win. But yeah, and one last thing to kind of close out this video, to give my final thoughts. The trick plays were pretty cool. The fact that Darnell Wright had a one-hander just shows you how athletic this dude is. Like, man, I mean, the fact that you're running Caleb Williams running some wide receiver routes and stuff just to kind of close out the end of minicamp, it's really fun. I didn't really see that a lot last season, and I think Ben Johnson has a lot of up his sleeve when it comes to trick plays. Definitely going to see some trick plays this season. And I'm excited. I'm genuinely very excited for what's to come when it comes to, how unique our offense can be, because we saw that with Detroit last year with Jared Goff. As immobile as Jared Goff can be, like Ben Johnson like took account for that too. And if imagine if what he could do with Jared Goff, imagine what he could do with Caleb Williams. So we haven't even seen all the whole scenarios of like, you know, the whole playbook really. But yeah, I mean, that's going to do it for today's video. It's a little bit of a recap, a little bit of a, getting back into acclimating into videos and stuff like that. So appreciate you guys watching for, right now. And thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, remember to like and subscribe. And as always, we'll see you guys in the next one.